Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Beagles Games Guitars. Today's video, we're going to be doing a down and dirty solo playthrough of Inventions, Evolution of Ideas by Lacerda. This is the board for Inventions. Let me kind of give you a short lay of the land. My assumption is that you already kind of know how to play and you just really want to see how solo works. You're going to be playing against two bots, Hephaestus and Kronos. Kronos is going to operate very similar to how he does in a two-player game. There's a few small changes, but I'm going to go over it as we're playing. The first time they do anything, I'll just go real slow and not even really read this, but just kind of give you step by step. So they're going to do some setup here. Kronos is going to set up first, and then I will set up next, and then Hephaestus will set up after that. And then we'll do a little cleanup, and then we'll get the going doing turn order. So turn order is Kronos, you, then Hephaestus. And then it's going to change according to whoever moves on this era track here. So if any of the two bots go there first, they're going to reprioritize and turn order will change. A couple of extra setup steps is that Kronos's, forgot what those markers are called, are going to be placed between eras. And before you do any of the era change steps, you're going to do like a subset era change where Kronos is going to look at the next region and place out his bubble, going to earn points. And then when you go between eras 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, Hephaestus is going to earn some chain token actions. So there's a couple of extra steps there. I'll show you and elaborate more on that when we get to it. They're not that hard. It's mainly upkeep. So we're going to start off with Kronos. Hey guys, before we get started, future editing me here. Just didn't want to do a big production on this video. I wanted to get right to the gameplay, so that's what we're going to do. So here we go. Kronos has been given the idea that matches his milestone, which currently is agriculture, and I have lacquer match with agriculture. So he's going to replace a card out here in the lowest numbered region that matches the card he has. And it looks like there are no brown ideas. Idea 2 is matching here. So Kronos is going to place his idea there, discarding this card. He places the correct amount of people to represent that idea. One person goes in the region, he goes there, and then he'll place his little idea token there, not scoring the points. Now I will carry out my setup step like I normally would. I think I'm going to go ahead and get some scholars out early and represent fermentation here, which I have access to with control of fire. It is an A era. So I need to place out at least one of the gray guys. I'm not going to call them by their names, I'm sorry. And let me lay these down so you can better see them. So place out another scholar because I don't have any more of these gray people. There I go saying I wasn't going to say it. And now this idea is mine. I get to earn what's under there, which is a scholar. So I'll place him there. Now Hephaestus is going to look where Kronos is and go to the next region in chronological order, which will be 3 right here. And he's going to represent this idea, but there is no idea here. So now he's going to go to the next chronological order up here. So he'll go in this region, he'll place out the appropriate amount of people, which in this case it's 1, and then he'll place a person out there, and he's going to trash, what is that right there? A seawall with Proto City. And then we forgot to place out our little bits. So they place theirs upside down. They don't care about the rewards on those tiles. So mine will be out there. Nobody scores any points because of that. And now we're pretty much set up and ready to go for era 1 here. A little more lay of the land. Hephaestus has 3 areas. So in action 1 of the era, card goes here, action 2, and action 3. Of course, in the first era, there's only 1 action, so it's going to go there. So whenever it comes time to do an era change, those 3 cards are going to get shuffled back under the deck here. And then if he's in era 2 and 4, he's going to earn his chain action tokens. So you're basically going to flip the card and resolve this action. So if it's the first one of the first era, he's going to place his big epoch pillar there. And then if he has a chain action token, which he does, he will do the next action in sequence. So for instance, he would do that one. If we were in Era 2 and we were going, then he would go here and he would place his pillar out there. Now, if for some reason where his pillar is supposed to go conflicts with normal placement, like going to the exact same spot, I think he would follow down to the next action space until he can go to an appropriate area. If for some reason you go to the same spot as him, he earns 2 points. If he goes to the same spot as you, you earn influence like normal. I place these back. Kronos. Anytime Kronos earns points, be it out here or from inventing an idea, Hephaestus is going to earn those points. So you're not scoring for 2 players, you're really only scoring for 1, but they both have opportunities to score points against you. Hephaestus follows the normal rules for placing his pillars, the normal rules for representing and innovating and flipping ideas. If he doesn't have access to it, he can't do it. I guess if all else fails, he can't do an action. There's some little quirks and actions that he does differently, but we'll go over that as he gets to it. Kronos is just going to move around chronologically, or sequentially, numerically, from lowest to high. And if there's not an idea, he's going to present it. If there is an idea, he's going to invent it. And then if he represented any of those, he's going to share it. If he didn't represent any of those, then he's going to innovate. And whenever he shares an idea, whatever type of idea and the number, you'll take from the tiles matching that number and that color of card. So if it was right here, it would be, I call that blue. So it'd be a blue 2. So you take that and you place the tile in the Kronos region. If a Hephaestus did it, he'll do it in that region. It's just like a normal player. He can't have the same tile of the same type and number. So then if he's not able to get a blue 2, then he'll just move up to a 3. If he can't, go up to a 4 until he can get one. And down here, once they have this award tile here, then they're just gonna select the color of the card and the number, just like they would on the other turns. I'm actually fully prepared to lose, so we're gonna start off with Kronos doing their action. Kronos is here, he's this little bitty guy. I have the upgrade pack that has him, so he's gonna jump to 5. We look out there, there is an idea. I'm supposed to discard ideas that were not represented. So let me go ahead and do that. So let me take that back. There is not an idea. So they'll take from the rightmost of the card row out there, place the appropriate worker, and that was his turn. Quick and simple. And you just refresh the display here. Now we're going to go to my turn. And let me think about my turn. Fermentation is something I've already represented. I know I'm going to get 4 points. I do have scholars. I only need 1 to place here to flip it over. So I might end up doing that so I can get a brown tile to play later. So first action is going to be the big epoch pillar. So I check to see if I have access to it. I do. I'm going to earn a brown tile to think about later. Now I place a scholar matching a citizen. What are they called? Specialists matching. Scholar is wild. So I'll go out here. Now I flip it over. And that was my turn right there. Now I have a brown tile to think about. I'm a simpleton. I like tile brown 4, where you can spend an influence to go to the same space as one of your pillars already. So I'm going to go ahead and just start that, get those wheels rolling there. Hephaestus' turn. All right, we're going to flip the card. He wants to share an idea. So as of right now, there are no ideas out there that are shareable that he has contributed to. So we're going to skip that. Now he's going to go on to presenting an idea. So much like Kronos, he's going to look over here to the rightmost card, and he's going to move into a region where he can present an idea first. So that'll be that instance. So now he'll place the appropriate amount of people out there, and that, I think, is pretty much his turn. He doesn't receive any of the bonuses on these tiles or whenever he moves around the globe. So now we have finished Era 1. Let's go ahead and move into Era 2. All right, like I said, there are some extra setup steps. So before we do any of the normal, which in this case, we're only gonna do turn order and influence, bump up or down, Kronos is gonna look in the next area where he does not have any tiles, for instance 6, and then he'll move there and earn the points under there. So he's gonna get, oh, I gotta reach, 4 points. So boo to him. And now if he has not moved into the next era, he will. So now we're going to go ahead and bump this one down. Stone Tools is still a part of public knowledge. We're going to do that. He'll take the rightmost, placing his specialist on there like normal. And then now, if the non-player color ends up, if there's any tiles left, then the non-player color is also going to do this. This just kind of keeps these ideas plugging and chugging. So up there, they're going to take the rightmost as well. And now anything left is going to get taken out. And we're going to use the Eureka display remaining and place it up there. And now we're going to fill it with the D. Sorry, I'm knocking stuff over. Big clumsy hands here. There's that. And now he will jump into the next era. So he's there. He wants to be first. So we're just going to stay just how we are. And then I don't earn any influence. So we're basically rolling right into era 2, round 1. Era 2, round 1. Kronos is going to move from 6 to 7. There's an idea that he has not presented or contributed to, so he's going to innovate on this idea. When he innovates, that's all he does. He just places people down right there on top of it. So I'm going to leave it like that. Now it's my turn. I kind of like sharing this idea because it gives me 4 points, the card, and this tile. But let me see if there's another way that I can go about this. Because I could always send a worker to a non-player color right here. Send someone from one of your institutes over to the tile and then take that action, which I could do that. And then later on, I would get a scholar back later when they come off the board. Eureka moment would be good to do later on, jumping into the era. And I could go up there and take one of those actions. I think I am going to take this so I can take anyone. Right now I'm not really thinking about thinkers, am I? We're getting kind of heavy in thinkers. I'll take this white. I think they're like an artist or something. So I'll place the artist out here in mathematics. So now if they're an era higher than me, they would, but it's a non-active player, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to do the action, which is sharing the idea. So over here, 2 points per person, which will be 4. They're going to come home as this blue color. So that would give me 4 points. Haha. And now I would actually earn the card, which is going to come home. It's right here. I now have fermentation. I don't know why I'm putting them here. They go out here into the board. And now Kronos is going to, since he innovated, you get that +1. So there's people out there on the board. I get the card, I share the idea. Now I get to choose if I want to win the award tile or if I want to take another tile of my choice, which I think I might just take the award tile and place that down here. That concludes my turn. I didn't shuffle the card on the bottom for Hephaestus. So now Hephaestus wants to invent an idea. So he's going to go exactly where I'm at, which will give me an influence. And when he invents an idea, we see where he's at, and we'll go into the next available location where an idea can be invented, which in this case is all the way over here at 2. He will place the appropriate worker. He doesn't need to have this color, doesn't need to exhaust any additional, and you flip the card. Now you look at the card color and the number, and you take that tile from the little tray holder, place it out here, and that's pretty much his turn whenever he does that. He does not chain action, only when you see the icon will he do a chain action. So now we're going to go into Era 2, Round 2. All right, let's do the Kronos keep up. So Kronos is in 7. He's going to 1. There's no idea there. So he's going to share an idea. Places the right amount of people on there, and that's pretty much his turn. He does not take the bonus under there. Quick and simple. Let me slide down the card display here. Me thinking about my turn, I would like to Eureka, and I would like the move, but unfortunately they're in the same form, and I haven't built this tile yet to let me go to the same form. But I think there's a sneaky way around this. So I'm going to go out here to move. So I'll earn one of these white artisan tiles. I found out the name before I move a character. So I'm going to move him to this next region here. And now I will put a chain token out there to say I'm taking this Eureka action while earning the Sage at the same time. So now I'm going to take this entire Eureka action. So this will let me dump out transportation. We're going to slide down. Mine goes over. And now look at these. And I'm thinking, I'm seeing what's coming out here. Mathematics is already something that I have control of. These aren't flipped the right way. Origin of language, really. So the crane would be something good to get. I think I'm going to do the crane. So place the crane there. Placing the right worker. Now since I did that, I get the jump from era 1 to era 4. So I get to do a big double jump here. So I'll do that, and I will go to the area. Let's see, let me think about this. Do I want to present an idea or flip over an idea? I'd have to exhaust someone. And give me a card to do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this action right here, which will let me... No, I have to take it back. I don't have enough people yet. So I think I'm going to probably present an idea. So we'll go to presenting an idea. So I have plumbing here, which requires copper smelting. I have my player on it. Presenting it out here requires 2 people. So I have a scholar, and then I have a thinker. Under that reward is earning a scholar. So there he is again. And now whenever I present an idea, that is it. So I think that's the end of my second turn. So now we're going to go into Hephaestus's second turn. Hephaestus. He is going to do this action, which I forgot exactly what it's called. So he's going to chain action at the end of it. So let me open up the rules and see what he does. He'll move it to the next region where he can place an influence token. He doesn't need a citizen there. If there is one there, he's going to bring a citizen back. So he's going to go from 2 down to 3. So he could place an influence token there, earning him those 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I think he does one other thing. If he has a chain action, he tries to perform the next action in his drawn card, which will be flipping over a card. So he's going to look, he's going to go from 3 to 4. He will go up there and flip this card over, placing the appropriate worker. Now that's the end of his second turn. So now we're going to move into era 2, turn 3. Let me do a little bit of upkeep. I forgot to get an idea here. I take this sundial like that and take my chain token back. So now I have to start moving our epoch pillars. But Kronos is going to move chronologically to 2. There is an idea that he's contributed to that's invented, so he's going to share it. So now he's earning the 4 points, but like I said, Kronos will give Hephaestus the 4 points. Now Kronos will actually Hephaestus will get the card, place it in his area. He now has a Lacerda, and then he will take this reward tile because he doesn't have it, and that ends Kronos' turn. So I'll go to mine, and I have to do an epoch pillar movement. I think I'm going to share an idea. We'll see. I probably should have built one of my bits. I forgot about building this white tile, so let me kind of retroactively look into this. I'm going to get white tile 4, which lets me require 1 less person to be able to place out my influence tokens. And then retroactively, I'm going to build that. So I have to spend 1 influence. And to build him, it requires me exhausting 1 white worker. But if I place him right here, I'm going to earn a scholar under that. So I exhaust the white worker, but then I earn the scholar right there. So now my turn would be presenting an idea. And let's see if I can do that. Oh, this is where it gets difficult thinking. What should I do? Move to the same place as him, giving him 2 points. So now I look out here. I have majority rule. This tile says in order to build an influence token, I can send 1 less worker back. So I'm going to build this 2 out here, earning me 6 points. I only need 1 coming back as a thinker. So that'd be 6 points. Bring me up to 10. And now if I had a chain token, I could take one of these 2 actions. But now I earn 2 influence for having 2 unflipped influence tokens out there. I think presenting an idea would be nice and totally possible now that I have this thinker here. So let me spend my chain action token. Let's go out here, flip him over. Now that let me present an idea. So mathematics is something I have access to. It's going to require 2 thinkers. So 1 thinker and my scholar, which lets me add somebody out here into the world, which would be nice. Where should I place it? In an area I don't already have people would be good. Let's go out there. And that concluded my turn. I have my tiles, so now Hephaestus is for a 3rd final turn. He's going to present an idea. And there's only 1 spot that he can go to, so I'm just going to go around the world right here, rightmost. And then he only needs to place 1 person out there on that. And that concludes the 2nd era. So we're going to go into the 2nd era change. 2nd era change, and you can even see it right here. So now he's going to look ahead and see where he needs to place. So 2 to 3. Sorry, 2 to 3, goodness. So he is going to move there, place his piece. He actually earns the points of the highest uncovered, so that's another 5 points. And now Hephaestus earns his 2nd chain action token. And now Hephaestus is going to shuffle his cards. And he's going to place these 3 under the other ones that are not there. Kronos wants to move his milestone. So we're going to conveyor belt these down. Up there, he likes to take the rightmost, placing his player out there. Non-active player will also take theirs out. So we'll slide down a little bit more. Soon to get a scholar. So now Greek fire is out. So now we have no remaining to fill in. So now E is just going to go out here. And now we can do the normal era changes. So he's here. He's still going to stay first. Looks like Hephaestus hasn't been doing any Eureka actions. So now I don't earn any influence. I do get to unexhaust 1 worker. I do get a scholar because I took a sage from the board. So that'll be nice to have. Get to take our season pillars back. And now here's kind of a weird quirk. If we're in a certain era, which we're moving into era 3, and you have, I'll just take this card randomly, have any era cards, ideas to present that are in a previous era, you get to trash them and then draw back up. I don't happen to have any of those, so now we're just going to move straight into era 3, turn 1. All right, I turned our timers up so you can see those better. And Kronos is going to go from area 3 to 4. He has not contributed to this idea at all, so he's going to innovate on it. And that is his quick turn. Rolling over to me. I think I want to share one of these 2 ideas. This one honestly would get me more points. And with this end goal tile here, brown and white on my board, would be nice to have because I could at least get 3 points by building this guy out here. So let me go ahead and do that. So I would earn a brown tile to think about later. And now I'm going to place the required worker out there. This one requires a thinker. I don't have one, but I have a scholar. So now I just flip that over. That was my turn. Now we're going to go on to Hephaestus. He is going to travel the world, going out here. So now, wherever he is, he moves to the next area. he will add a worker. He will exhaust his first chain token to flip over that tile, take home the Sage. Sage is worth 2 points during an era change. And now he'll try and do the next action in turn order on his card, which will be this one. So if I remember right, he will move to the next area. He moves to the next area with at least one of his workers. So that'll be 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, 1 to 2. And so he'll take them back home. Now this is where he's a little different than a player. He'll look in this area, brown 2, and then he's going to take brown 2 from the little display. So that's where he's a little different than the players. He earns those tiles from doing that action. So now we're going to move into Era 3, turn 2. All right, let's prepare our chain tokens here. Kronos is going to do his normal thing from 4 to 5. He's going to invent this idea. Now I'll move on to me. Should I innovate? I can't unless I want to build, which I should have. I don't have the required workers. I need to get some workers. That would be nice. So let me go down here. This lets me return a worker from one of the milestones and bring it back home as a scholar. So I will go up here to the crane. I already have access to it. He's back as a scholar. Now you do that action, which ends up being this one, which I blocked. So then later on, I'll have to think about these tiles. And now I go to a region and I return as many as I want and I match them to that color card. And then I can do a chain action, which would let me innovate. Unfortunately, I don't have another chain action token to take the innovate action on a card, or traveling the world, or I could just bring someone home again as a scholar and take that action again. So let's do that. So we're going to do this action again, which I'm already maxed out on these tiles. I think instead of earning a brown tile, I get to think about it at the end of the game here. So I think I'm actually going to return him, and he's going to come back. Oh, that was this action here, right? So this lets me take someone back from the world, and now he's going to come back as a white. So that was kind of like a bunch of actions together. Didn't feel very confident in that action. So now Hephaestus is going to go and present an idea. His pillar's already there, so now he's going to go down to the innovate. So when he innovates, he's real simple, just like Kronos is. Goes to the next region. He's going to place a worker out there, and that was pretty much his innovate turn. So now we're going to go on to Era 3, turn 3, moving our epoch pillars. Quick little inner phase, step 4 phase. I need to think about these tiles. So I think I'm going to return this one, this blue tile, for tile blue 1, which lets me add a person to the world. The brown tile, I'm just going to grab probably just a random brown tile for now. And then the other blue one that I'm owed, I'm going to think about that one. The blue tile owed, letting me add a scholar would be nice. So I'm going to discard that blue one, this brown one from the game. I think you return it. I actually never looked into the rule if you discard it from the game or return it, but we'll just go like that. So now I think I actually am going to build here. And to build requires spending no influence because I have them all capped out. It does require me exhausting one person, but I have a 2-person discount right here. And it's 1 person plus 1 touching this tile, so that's actually free. And I would earn one of these economy tiles. I'm going to go ahead and spend it to add a scholar, and I'm pretty sure you can do that at any time. I'm technically in my step 4 before we move on, or I could do it at the beginning of my next turn. And I still don't have to spend any influence, and I could place out another person, which is going to be a 2-person discount. So I might as well go ahead and get this out here and get that economy token as well. which I guess I could spend that to place a person out into the world. That one would be nice. I'll place him out there. So now we're really and truly going into turn 3. One of my goal cards, where was that? So this goal tile here, having this award tile touch 3 blue tiles. I'm trying to go for that in the long run. I need to eventually build this brown one, because that's coming up right here once I invent that. So Kronos is going to do their thing. They're going to invent this card right here. Appropriate worker. Me. I'm going to share. So I'm sharing an idea. I want to share this one. So these two come back here. He'll go up there. I get the card. And now I'll get the tile of F. So I'll place that right there. And now, before I move on, placing a tile now would cost me 1 influence. And placing him would cost me 2 dudes plus every tile I touch. So right there would cost me 3. So I could exhaust 1, 2, and 3. And now I would be good. And then this one would cost me exhausting 2 people. So 1 and 2. Like that. So now, hopefully I'm going to get points at the end of the game. I need 1 more blue tile here and we'll be good. And then I need to get the brown one out. So now, Hephaestus' last turn. He's already at share an idea. So he's going to go down to this action here. When he does that, what does he do? He doesn't do a chain action, so he's going to place his diplomat on the first milestone without any of his diplomats, counterclockwise to his private milestone. So let's hope I can do private milestone. So there's counterclockwise, right? Counter. And I think that's pretty much it for that turn. So he's going to gain points equal to that era. So he's going to earn 4 points. And I did not give myself the 4 points, or 6 points, sorry, for getting the sundial. That would have been bad. That would have been really bad. So now that this era is done, we're going to go through an era change. Era change, Hephaestus, or Kronos, going here. He's going to place his tile. He's actually going to earn 4 points. Always the highest covered tile, or most left. And now he moved there. Now he's going to go ahead and dump his old milestone and go down. Now he's up there, rightmost. Now he's going into the next era, obviously. Now the non-player color is going to also get rid of theirs. So he comes back home as a scholar. Hopefully I'm playing that right. That's the whole purpose of putting them out there in the first place. And now there actually is 1 left over in the display. So I think they just go back without any points. And now we'll just keep going and fill the rest of the display like that. And now here is the final Eureka tiles in the display. And we're going to go into there. I almost feel like I did something wrong, but that's okay. I'm shuffling Hephaestus' cards. I see down here that he has a scholar that he needs to return and earn his 2 points. Now Kronos is going to go to space 1. There is an uninvented idea, so now he will do that. Now we're going to move on to me. I'm supposed to bring my pillars back. And now I have to sit here and think about what I want to do. Inventing an idea would be nice. Claiming an idea, there's a lot of ideas already claimed. I didn't unexhaust my workers. Why would I not do that? Or return my economy tiles during my setup phase. And we're in era 4, so I actually get to discard any era 3 cards and then draw up stuff. Why would I not do that? Let's just do randoms. So now let me really think about my turn. Wouldn't mind getting more tiles to make this cheaper, because I can only spend 2 influence right now. So something that'll earn me a tile, which is flipping over a card. So I think I will go here. Do I have access to copper smelting? I think it is down here somewhere. Yeah, so I'm gonna go out there, place the appropriate worker, which is a thinker. Does not require any exhausted workers. So now I flip that over, and then I'm gonna earn a brown tile. What brown tile would I like? Brown tile, brown tile. Anytime I take that, I could do the flip. Let's just do brown 7. So now I'm going to spend, what, 2 influence? Goes down to 0. I'm going to place out this tile that lets me go to the same forum. It's going to automatically require 1 brown worker, but I have 2 cards, so it's going to be able to be placed by 1 tile. So I could go up. I'll just go right there and get a scholar out of that. And do I want to place another one? Because I already have a 2-person discount. 2-person discount, which going right there would get me one of these blue players. Because 1 plus placing it minus the 2 there. So I basically got to place those. So now I need to get another white, which will be traveling the world. Okay, I think I can do that. So now Hephaestus is going to go to this present idea. The next available area is 1. Sorry, 2. I go 2. Rightmost. It requires 2 of his workers to go there. And that was it on his turn. So now we're going to go into Era 4, turn number 2. Kronos is going to do Kronos things. Going to Region 2. There's an idea unpresented. So he's going to flip over that idea. Placing his worker. Doesn't need to exhaust. And now we'll move on to me. I think I had an idea, no pun intended, which was moving. So I wanted to move so I could at least get a white tile. But I didn't plan ahead. I don't have any chain actions. But I really wanted the white tile. Is there any way to earn influence before I do that? So let me think about this. So not quite go there and not quite earn the white tile yet. Taking back my action. I could put peeps out. So let's do that. Right here. Is going to let me place this. It requires 1 less, so I could spend the 4. Do I really want to do that? I don't have majority, do I? I do not have majority. But I do require 1 less here. I need to move a person, so we're getting there. This is what happens with this game. You think about it. And I can't spend an influence to go to the same forum. Eureka idea would be nice. All right, let's bring someone back as a scholar. So I want to take him back. And I'm in Era 4, so I can have 4 scholars. I probably haven't been following that rule, so sorry. But I went to the share idea here. So I'm going to be able to do this. This is my idea. So that's 4 points for me. And now I get to place him out there too. I get the card. I already have the A tile, so I'm actually going to take a question mark, which I want to turn that to a white tile. So now a white tile. Definitely getting the one that lets me automatically have majority, so I don't have to keep thinking about majority rules, because I would like to get one of my tiles out there to place that. So I did my turn. Did that, so now I guess I could spend my economy tiles. Place him. I could have done it. I could have done it another way. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a limo driver, so I don't need majorities there. There's that. Placing worker. This lets me get another scholar, but I'm not going to burn it yet because I can't get any more scholars. So now he's going to do his next turn. He wants to share an idea. Same place as me. I earn an influence. All right. That helps me a little bit. So he wants to share an idea that he's contributed to. The next available area is 3, not shared. 4, it is. So he's going to earn 2 points. Those all go out there. Kronos gets +1, 2 points. He gets the card, and he gets the E tile. That is his first award tile. So now we're going to move into the final turn of Era 4. I'm 1 chain token short of doing what I really would like to do, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. There's different ways to go about this, but I kind of want to get another white tile to make it a little cheaper. So I'm going to go down here. White tile for later. Moving someone to another region. Here. I have a chain token. Sorry. Spending that to flip over. That lets me place an influence tile. So now I'm going to place the influence tile in this area, which will be 5 because I can spend 1 less because of my white tile that I've earned. I'm going to do the share tile. That's 5 points. And now I earn influence per every unflipped 1. And I've already spent my chain token, so I cannot take one of these. It would have been wonderful to get that +1 influence. Maybe I'll get lucky and he'll go to the same area as me. I'm not going to build that until after this next turn. I kind of want to see what he's going to do. So he's already at the present an idea, so the next one is going to be the handshake. He's already there, so now he's going to go up, spreading out one of his tokens. So I think he does this very similar. So 4, 5, he does not have a token. So he's going to place a token, getting 4 points. And now this is a chain token. So he's going to chain into the next action, which if I remember right, we're just going to wrap around. So now he's going to innovate. So he'll move into the next region. He will innovate. When he innovates, he does have a chain. So now he's going to present an idea. So now he'll go all the way to over here and present this idea. If he wasn't supposed to wrap around on the card or terminate his turn at the bottom of the card, I'm playing on hard mode, I guess. So that concludes his turn. We're going to go into the last era, and we'll see how this works. Final era change with all the upkeep. So Hephaestus earns his last chain token. Kronos is going to look ahead and move there, and now that's 4 points. For him, no sages for 2 points. Now Kronos wants to bump out, whoop, not like that, bump out mathematics because he wants to get another. He was supposed to have a person on there the whole time. So rightmost, there it is, placing there. And now the non-player color is going to update theirs as well. Just like that. They're going to jump into the last rightmost. And now we are going into era 5, so I can discard anything that is era 4 and below, which was quite a bit of cards. I feel like something strange happened. Maybe I did something too early over here. Someone can just leave in the comments if I forgot to. I think that was what it was. We'll do a little strange retconning. I didn't expect to play this game 100% the first time recording this, but we're doing a good job. So now turn order staying the same. I'm not earning any influence. I don't have anyone to unexhaust. I have to burn my specialist from my sage because I'm not into the 5th era. And now we've done all the whole card refresh. My economy token is coming back. I couldn't earn that scholar anyway, so now we're going to go into 5th era, final era, turn 1. Forgot to pick which white tile I wanted down here. we'll say white tile number 3. So now Kronos is going to do their turn. 5 to 6, they have contributed. So Kronos does this. Festus gets 1 extra. That was 3 points for them. They have not earned this tile yet. So Kronos gets that. That was his quick and dirty turn. On to me. Forgot to move the season tile, season pillars again. Only have 1 chain token. It would be nice to just get points. But if I do that move action, we could send someone out there and take the move action. Let's do a scholar to add a citizen out to the world. Now I think I'm going to go here. It'll earn me a blue tile for later. Now I have to send somebody over here. I think I will send a scholar because I'm going to add a scholar immediately behind him out to this world. You get to... Oh, this isn't taking one out there. I'm sitting here thinking I'm going here, so I'm returning someone. So I return him as a thinker. And now I get to do a chain action, which innovating would be nice. I'm gonna have to burn. All these require like chain tokens, pretty much. But I think I'm gonna find a way around it. This down here lets me place out an influence token. So I'm over here, I have majority. I can pay 1 less than I normally would. So now they would come back as the white group there. And now I paid 2. So now it's going to be there for 3 points. So now I have 1, 2, 3 uncovered. And then I cannot use my chain token because I don't have another one. So I'm just going to eat that one. But on my next turn, I do get 2 chain tokens. So now Hephaestus is going to share an idea. All right, where is he? He's going to go 4 and 5. So now all these come out here. He gets 1 extra worker out there, and that was 3 points for him. And now he doesn't have this gold tile, so he'll take this gold tile. And I didn't pick my blue tile over here like a dum-dum. I didn't pick my blue tile like a dum-dum. So I'll place this out here. So I wanted to build before he did his turn. So it's only going to cost me 1 to build. And it would cost me 1 white worker, 2, 3 white workers. And I put it under a 2 discount, so it only cost 1 total. And now I would like to place this blue one. So I have a 2 blue discount, so I'm already -1. So let's just do it this way. 1 worker, 2 and 3. So -2, so it cost me 1 blue worker total to do that. And now this award tile is touching 3. And now I have 2 sets, so that's that goal and this goal. So I think we're good. So now we're going to move into the next era 5, turn 2. All right, Kronos is doing their thing. Where are you out here? 7, no idea. So they're going to present an idea. And one thing I just realized, I haven't seen if they've had access to presenting all these ideas, like I said in the beginning, but I guess I'm going to play on hard mode and just assume they don't need to have access to them. So that was their turn. Now we're on to me. Oh, he should have placed his pillar out there. So my idea, I have all these people. No ideas to get more points from them, but I do have 2 chain tokens. Moving around the board would be nice. And I might do that. I can't do that. I can't do anything. Moving would probably be the best bet, but I'm already at moving. There's a way around that though. Innovating might not be the best thing to do. I could just move again, so I could spend 1 influence to place my forum, my pillar in the same form that I'm already at. So breaking a rule. This lets me move, and I have restrictions. So he's gonna move here, spending the token to get 6 points. So flip, 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 he's mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's that. And now I flipped, so that's that. Yeah, quick and simple. Second turn for him. He was gonna do that one, so he gave me my influence back. Hooray! So when he goes there, he's going to move to the next area that has one of his workers. He at least takes one back. And now he's gonna look, no card, default to the rightmost, so it's white, white 6. So he's gonna take a white 6 and place it in his area. And now we're on to the final turn of the game before final scoring. All right, I'm just gonna be a wild child on this last turn. Moving the 1, he's gonna share that. That's 6 points for him. They're all going out there. This card goes over to Festus. My turn. I thought I had it planned, so we're gonna go here. I'm gonna place a worker out here onto this area. At least I thought I knew what I wanted to do. So I'll place, hell, I can place a scholar, because then I can get a scholar back going out here. So I think I was supposed to give him 2 points for going to the same area. No, sorry. I'm doing this one. So now I'm doing this action that lets me move. All right, moving here. So I get to flip over my token. I already moved there somehow. Move it back. I can find my way around this, right? I'm gonna go here. Said if he's there, you take it. But he's not, so I'm gonna chain and do that Eureka moment. So here. So now mine is going to get tossed. I get to place a worker out there on it. Era 5 or Era 6? Which one would I like to go to? Let's go to Era 6. So now I'm jumping all the way from Era 4 to Era 6 because it tells me to go to Era 6. So I'm skipping. So now I get to share an idea. Oh, I was supposed to have ideas. Sorry. At this point, it kind of doesn't matter. And now I'm going to go place him right here. Requires 2 workers. That's 3 points. Whenever I do that, so there. His last turn of the entire game is going to be sharing an idea. Darn, he didn't do what I wanted. So he's going to wrap around the here, rightmost, and then he's going to place there. So now I think we're going into final scoring. All right, Kronos and Hephaestus has a nice little scoring card right here. So for every idea they have, on easy is 2 points. Every of the idea tiles is 2 points, and every award tile is 3 points. So let's get his cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2 is 14. So 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he got his 14 points there. And now these are worth 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. And now these are worth 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's worth 12 points. 10, 11, 12. And that is his final score of 84. You're going to score as normal, so you'll look at your cards and score the best on there. And then out here on the award tiles, and then your relative space. So I'd get 5 points for being out there, which is that one. And then look at the award tiles, and then your award cards. So I got 3 points for having that set. I had 2 of these sets right there, so that actually give me 6 points. And then now let me look at my cards. I did not score having ideas for that majority. I definitely don't have majority, so I'm going to score the best out of these here. So having people in 4, 5, and 6, and 7. That one's not good. Yeah, I didn't do good at all. So having bubbles, I have a bubble influence token in 1, an influence token in 7, and an influence token in 2. So I only got 3 points out of that. So there, that was my solo playthrough of Inventions. Let me cut away and I will give you my final thoughts on it. Okay, so my final thoughts on Inventions playing it solo. I will say that I've played it 3 times as a 2-player, and this is probably my 5th or 6th time playing it solo. I would say this is my favorite Vita Lacerda game to play solo, mainly because you're actually playing against other people that seem seamless. I've played On Mars solo, and that AI is very arbitrary, to where you have to kind of make the decisions for it. And Weather Machine is very convoluted to me. I'm still getting my mind wrapped around the concept of that game. This one seemed to click a lot easier than Weather Machine did. Even though they're both similar, you're playing against 2 people. This one, there's actually more moving around and more parts on the board than Weather Machine. But this one's still my favorite solo game out of his, just because the ideas and the themes actually click in this game compared to Weather Machine. On Mars is still very thematic, and even going further back, Lisboa is extremely thematic, but that player is kind of a conveyor belt, and you can see what's coming. Just like over here, you can kind of see what's coming, so you can plan and even take advantage of these players here. You kind of can't with Hephaestus, but Kronos, you know if there's no idea there, he's going to present one. If there's an idea, he's going to flip it, so you can take advantage of him. He's like clockwork. I like the solo board. There's a lot of iconography here. It takes a long time to digest it and understand it, but thankfully there is an entire solo book that has more words than necessary, and I really wish that on the back of this they would have had like a cheat sheet of action icons, because every time he has to take an action, you're like, all right, let me go to his action area and see, okay, what does he do on this? Okay, he does that. So that wasn't very clear, but once you have done it enough times, it makes sense. He's going to go and do pretty much what you're doing, just in his own little robot automatic way. And he scores points pretty much the same way you would, so it doesn't feel very unfair that he's just banking on a ton of points. I mean, 2 players, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Actually have the same amount of tiles, 2, 4, 6. I have 2 more tiles than him, and so that seems realistic. His points, he got 84 and I got 54, 30-point spread. The most I've scored, I think, is 67 or 68, so I'm still learning. But this is actually the lowest he scored in a solo game. I've had him break 100 easy, but I think I was figuring this area out a little bit better. I was able to kind of see what he was doing, go for the points. The presenter gets the points, not the inventor. But I was taking advantage of that. Normally I can never get over to 8 influence to get all 3 chain tokens. That would be nice, because when you move, you get to do a chain token. And sometimes those actions like this let you take another chain token, and then you can even do that to take another one. So learning to bank off of these chain actions does take some time, and that's something I'm still grasping, trying to figure out. Understanding Vita Lacerda games is kind of the charm of them, and once you figure them out, then you're just kind of on cruise control. I finally figured out On Mars, so I've set that one aside to start playing this one to see how it is. Weather Machine is one that it's just very difficult for me to understand, because I think the theme doesn't shine very well. This one, the theme is somewhat there. It is a little arbitrary. I mean, the whole player board is representing your society growing, but out here is representing the world growing. So, I mean, you have ideas that you've taken home and you can claim. There are ideas over here that you're wanting to present, and out here says, hey, this society has helped. This society made it better. So you can see how like the theme fits, and I mean there's even a whole appendix of how these like ideas tie into human history. I mean, robots and solar sail, steamboat and telephone. There's a little description of every single card. So the theme is there. It is kind of arbitrary, but it's more than weather machine, because I think since it was like a fantastical theme, it was kind of detracted from reality, which this ideas have been human history. Whereas, I mean, weather machines are probably real out there with the conspiracy theorists, but I just think that the theme shines a little bit better in this game. Not as much as most. Lisboa, I think, takes the cake when it comes to theme, and that game is a lot easier to teach. This one was initially difficult to learn, and I would say learning solo is easier if you've played a two-player game, because you already have to deal with Chronos in a two-player game. And then you just add basically another Chronos to a one-player game, and he's doing a little bit more. So that made it easier for me to learn. But if you're opening this up just exclusively for solo, this would be a lot to set up and play. It actually doesn't take that long to play, maybe about 2 hours tops. The setup can be about 15 minutes and the teardown about 10 minutes. So you're looking almost 30 minutes tear up, tear down, and then an hour of playtime. So it's really an hour and a half, two. That's not bad. It's a big game, but it is fun to play solo. It is one that I look at on my shelf and I'm like, yeah, I want to play that one. On Mars seems like a long bear to play solo. And Lisboa is good. It's faster solo, but I would actually consider this one my favorite Vita Lacerda solo game, and I would recommend it for just a solo-only experience. So that's my takeaway. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe I will see you next time.